don't know if this is live or not, but we're going to go ahead and go with it, and we will see. So, welcome back to Joy Ani Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho, and today is Tuesday, which means we are doing Title Tuesday, and I am making this fun layout with these really fun pictures. And so, I believe it was a couple Sundays ago, I was taking my little guy to church, and we were playing in between services, and he saw a kid go by with a donut, and he said, "Eat!" And so he ran up the stairs and found a donut. And the first thing he did, so you can see the first picture that we did was this one. So he took a bite of the donut, and he was noticing that he really didn't like to have his hands all chocolatey. So this was the result. And so the end result is, you can see that the donut is well eaten and there is chocolate on his nose. So this layout was perfect, and I had the perfect paper except for the fact it was the wrong color. So I'll show you the paper that I wanted to use, and I'll tell you why I decided not to go ahead and use it. Well, I think I'll show you. Maybe not. It is right here. So I had this old Close to My Heart paper that is called Sugar Rush, and it was from Close to My Heart, but it was pink. And there was really nothing pink in my pictures. And I wanted to really emphasize the fact that there is chocolate on his nose. So what I decided was, I decided to create my own paper. And I will show you this paper that I created. And this is done with random stamping. And random stamping is a great way to stretch your dollars with supplies that you already had. So I was going to actually demo how I did this, but I can see now that my stamp set is AWOL. But I'm going to show you a couple of other examples. So you can see what I did was, I took the donut and I stamped this. This was actually Distress ink. And then I stamped the espresso on top of it, and created this background. When you are creating a stamp, and you are doing an all over stamp and stamping your own background to create paper, you start in the middle and you stamp at a triangle. And I really do apologize for not having that. I really thought I had all ready to go, but this is my second time to do this, and I'm not going to do it a third time. So you can see that I stamped. Another important thing is, when you're doing random stamping, you want to stamp off. So you can see how my donuts, I have some in the corner, I have some off the edge, I have some in the middle. So you want to create that random look as though it were paper. And actually, I had several people, I was working on this layout during a crop, and people walked up and said, "Oh, I liked your paper." And I said, "Oh, that's great, because I created it." Let me show you some other ideas that you can do with random stamping. So there is less random stamping on this one. You can see that I sprayed the center because my triangle is white. So I spritzed it, and then I just took my little bubbles and random stamped. So you can use your random stamping as all over, like I did this way, or you can use your random stamping to just add detail. I'm going to also show you another example of random stamping. So this is another example of random stamping. This was a little bit more difficult because this was a cling stamp, the only cling stamp that I purchased when I came into Stampin' Up. And so, just like the other, you start in the middle. I started in the middle and I stamped along. I stamped towards the edge, so some of my clouds are off, and then you can create, and it adds a little bit of detail to this layout. So that is 3 examples of how you can do random stamping. And I'm telling you this because for those of you who are local to me, if you are in the Caldwell, Boise district, and you don't mind area of Idaho, and you don't mind driving a little bit, this is our challenge for the month. So for a lot of months I had challenges every month, so I'm wanting to start the challenges back up. So the challenge for this month is, so you have the entire month of August, and then on September 1st I will draw the winner, and you can either pick a stamp set from my Close to My Heart stash or some retired paper from Close to My Heart. That's just a way that I can bless other people and have a challenge and not break the bank. So so your challenge for this month is find some random stamping, use random stamping on a layout and post it to either Scrapbooking with Joy if you're a member of this group, or if you are familiar with my business page, which is Joy, Ani, Scrapbook in My Own Private Idaho, you can post your layout there. And it doesn't have to be like this. Like this one, I actually created my paper using random stamping. And actually, I think I am going to show. I'm going to give you the details, and then I'm going to pause it for a minute, go over and grab my stamp for those of you who have never done random stamping. So to do this challenge, it could be something as small as this, where I'm just add a small small details to a layout, or an all-over print like this. So that's the challenge for this month. So all you have to do, and then I'll put you in a drawing. I will draw the name on September 1st. Really easy challenge for us to get back. And hopefully some of you will participate, because if I get participation, I will continue on and we'll go back to weekly challenges. But right now I thought I'm going to give you a whole entire month, and I'm going to make the challenge super, super easy. So all you have to do some kind of random stamping. So I'm going to walk across the room for just a second, and I'm going to grab my stamp set so I can show you how you can do random stamping. I think well, that isn't working. So I can't find the stamp that I was going to use, but guess what? I am in a room full of stamp sets, so I am going to just grab a stamp set from here and do some random stamping so you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. So this one will be a great one. So I'm going to just show you. This is not the one that I thought it was going to be, because I have lost my mind. So I am going to just go ahead, and when you are stamping, the thing that you want to remember is when you're doing random stamping, or any kind of stamping really, you want to put your stamp set on the smallest block that is completely covered. So I'm just going to do this wow stamp on here, and I'm going to do random stamping. So actually, we could do this little girl. There's no reason we can't. And I'm going to do this in red. I'm right here by the ink. So when you have, I couldn't find the layout I had where I did all kinds of different, I had ones with all kinds of different icons. But if you are, see how this is a large one? So because she's large, I'm going to use this sheet. Because she's large, I'm going to put her in the middle, and I'm going to stamp my largest, and I'm not going to do it paprika. That would be a silly color for me to do. And let me see if I can find it. I'm just grabbing randomly because I am unprepared. Well, let's, oh goodness. Make a decision, Joy. I'm going to do Scarlet. Here we go. So I'm going to make her, she's my big stamp, so I'm going to just put her right in the middle. And I'm going to have, I'm going to have her kind of go off the page, because, and normally I probably wouldn't do this as a page, but then I'm going to do this smaller, I have a smaller icon that says wow, and I'm going to have that go off like this. And you're going to work in triangles. Some are going off, some are staying on. You don't want them to overlap, because that would not be pretty. See how I goobered there? that is going to be an embellishment, I guess. And if you had like a small star, I don't know if there's a small star. I used to be really good about putting just little teeny tiny things. Well, actually, I'm going to put this, okay, so I filled this, I think, and then you just kind of look at it and think, oh, I kind of want one here. Oh, that's terrible. But that's how you do a random stamp. Start big, you go around, and then you have your random paper. So I hope you will participate in this challenge, and we'll see you later. And I was actually able to do this live on my scrapbooking private group, so we'll see about that. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. Oh, and I will include, I want to talk about title. Sorry. One more thing. So because this is Title Tuesday, I will link this title. So the thing about this title was I kind of had to go rogue. So I was making this layout when I was cropping away from home. And so I lost some pieces. So I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like. So this is the title. This is what the title is supposed to look like. But of course, I didn't want pink because, you know, I was trying to get away from the whole pink thing. So I lost the pieces that went with it. So I literally took a pen and colored it. And if I find, I used to have these embellishments that kind of looked like the stuff off cupcakes. If I find it, I'll put it on there. So this title, this will be the title that I'm linking. So it will look more like this, but please remember that you can change it to the colors that you want to change it to. All you have to do is you separate your layers and you click on it. This one, I cut it out in this color and you couldn't see it. So I took my my ink, my felt pen, and I colored that in. So that's how that got there. So anyway, I hope you'll join me. I hope we get lots of people for the challenges so I have lots of names to draw from. I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.